In this video, I'm going to show you 7 ways that rich people get richer. And the best part is, you can start using these methods right away to increase your own wealth. Hi, welcome to Money Invest. In this video, I'm going to show you how rich people get richer by using debt. Now, some of you might be thinking, debt? Isn't that bad? And the answer is yes and no. It depends on how you use it. These 7 methods are some of the most effective ways to make money with debt, and they're used by some of the richest people in the world. So sit back and relax while I show you how it's done. If you enjoy this sort of content, please like it, subscribe, and enable notifications so that you do not miss out on any new investing news and tips. Debt is slavery. That might be true to a certain extent because debt is an overwhelming burden and can feel like your life is over. However, the fact is that not all debt is negative. In fact, some types of debt can be beneficial. Moving outside the box, borrowing for investments is one of the most important ways to leverage your money and create passive income streams that allow you to build real wealth. Without debt, few individuals would own a home or be able to utilize their high salaries to start building their empire. The United States has embraced debt. The total amount of consumer debt in the United States is almost $15 trillion, with an average household debt of $5,300. The total economy, which includes both government debt and private sector debt, is approximately $21 trillion in the United States. However, there is some excellent news for you. Because the bulk of our debts are low quality, this is an unpopular viewpoint. You're probably carrying credit card balances, a vehicle loan, and maybe a student loan. These debts are not productive, and you're paying more than you need to. So how can you use debt to your advantage? First, let's talk about buying assets with debt. Rich people know that buying assets with debt is one of the smartest things they can do to increase their wealth. In fact, many of them use debt as a form of leverage to buy more assets. And the best part is, the interest on the debt is usually tax deductible. For example, let's say you own a business. You could take out a loan to buy more equipment or hire more employees. This will help your business grow and make you more money in the long run. Or let's say you want to buy a house. You could take out a mortgage to buy it. You'll be able to afford a larger down payment sooner if you can save for a few months and put enough money away. Second, the bulk of the trade is fueled by debt. It may sound odd to some people because borrowing money to launch a firm is a terrible idea. Let's assume you're an entrepreneur and want to sell iPhone cases. It's a common item that is always in demand. You'd ideally go to China, discover a factory that produces such a case with high quality and reasonable pricing, then import them into the United States and sell them to your clients. Today, most of it is done online through sites like Alibaba, unless it's a more complicated product that necessitates travel to the factory. Here's the rub, though. You don't actually have to spend money in order to acquire the goods first. Let me explain how this works. In recent years, the People's Republic of China has grown to be the manufacturing center of the world, producing virtually everything. Thousands of factories work around the clock to meet all of humanity's demands. Most of these factories would gladly lend you their items in return for a payment later, making it much easier to sell. Of course, you'll have to establish some sort of rapport with them first. After you've sold the goods and earned a profit, you'll have to pay the factory, and then you'll be able to borrow more items. The key to this technique's effectiveness is that you're not tying up your own money. That's why selling is one of the most important talents a person can have. Third, let's talk about using debt to buy income-producing assets. Rich people know that buying income-producing assets with debt is one of the smartest things they can do to increase their wealth. In fact, many of them use debt to buy stocks, bonds, and other investments that will generate income for them. While it may seem counterintuitive to use debt to purchase something, the truth is that when done correctly, it can be a powerful tool for building wealth. By taking out a loan to purchase an asset, such as a rental property or a portfolio of stocks, you can leverage the asset to generate income. This income can then be used to pay off the loan, leaving you with an asset that has cost you nothing out of pocket, and that can continue to generate income for years to come. For those who are looking to build real wealth, using debt to buy income-producing assets is one of the smartest things they can do. Fourth, let's talk about using debt to buy assets that appreciate in value. Rich people understand that using debt to acquire assets that appreciate is one of the most intelligent strategies to build their wealth. In fact, many of them use debt to buy real estate, gold, and other investments that will appreciate in value over time. While some people view debt as a dangerous financial tool, the reality is that debt can be a powerful tool for building wealth. When used wisely, debt can help you to acquire assets that will appreciate in value over time. This strategy is often used by wealthy individuals to diversify their portfolios and protect themselves from market volatility. In addition, using debt to buy appreciating assets can help you to leverage your investment dollars and grow your wealth more quickly. If you are looking for a way to build your net worth, acquired appreciating assets with the help of debt may be a smart choice for you. Fifth, refinancing. Refinancing is the process of taking out a new loan to pay off an existing debt. Rich people know real estate debt is filled with numerous loopholes. Plus, getting an extra mortgage, they skip paying extra taxes. So they always have multiple mortgages to be able to get all of those deductions. Consider this. You took a $100,000 loan to invest. Do you put it all down on one deposit or split the money into two deposits and acquire two properties? Is it possible to use your debt to work harder for you and begin producing cash flow sooner? If you can break down your deposit into smaller portions and acquire more properties, your debt will create money flow a lot quicker. 6. Hedge funds. Hedge funds are for the rich, and they make people richer through unpopular strategies. People like me and you work our hardest to predict the companies that will rise in value and invest in these companies to grow. In the case of GameStop, bankruptcy caused a hedge fund to lose $13 million. However, with debt making up over 4/5 of its total holdings, hedge funds leverage their high cash position so that they can return the stock in full before any losses are felt. And 7th, Forex. FX is a market where currencies are exchanged. It allows for cross-border trading. In China, the US dollar is not accepted. To pay their staff, for example, in China, you must use Chinese yen. So there is a market that anyone or any firm can enter and acquire foreign currencies. These currencies vary based on a variety of criteria. The Federal Reserve, for example, increases interest rates. Dollars will be in short supply, and the value of the US dollar against other currencies or vice versa will increase. If you can forecast which currencies will rise or fall, you may profit handsomely in this market. However, what makes it distinct from the others is that for every dollar you invest in Forex, you can borrow $100. If you trade with your $1,000, you can maintain a position worth $100,000. If you make a little profit, like 1%, it will be significant. As you can see, there are many ways that rich people use debt to get richer. By using debt in these 7 ways, you can increase your wealth too. So what are you waiting for? Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to support our channel, and we'll see you in our next video.